The movie begins deep inside a dense jungle, where a fearless warrior named Finnest and his loyal disciple Andy are on a dangerous mission. Their goal is to capture a giant wild pig that has been destroying crops and terrorizing the villagers. Standing face to face with the massive beast, Finnest shows no fear. Confident in his strength and reputation as a hero, he attacks with his weapon. But the strikes barely affect the creature. Andy steps in, firing his laser straight into the pig's nose. That wakes it up in pure rage. The furious beast charges toward Andy, but Finnest quickly throws himself in the way. Despite his power, he's no match for its brute force and gets thrown into the air. Andy tosses him a rope, which Finnest grabs mid-flight. In a daring move, he wraps it around the pig's wings and horns, taking full control of the creature. Moments later, Finnest soars over the village, riding the flying pig like a legend. The crowd erupts and cheers, chanting his name. Among the crowd stands Baba Yaga, a mysterious and powerful magician. She steps forward and challenges Finnest. If he's truly as strong as people say, she wants him to remove a giant boulder blocking the river near her home. Only then will she acknowledge his strength. Finnest, still full of pride, feels insulted. He's just captured a massive beast, and now she's testing him with a simple rock? He brags about his heroic deeds, but Baba Yaga isn't impressed. She questions whether his stories are even real. The crowd laughs, and Finnest walks away humiliated. Back home, his anger boils. He wants to regain his glory and make everyone respect him again. That's when Andy gives him an idea. A tower, guarded by a terrifying monster with a beautiful princess trapped inside. If Finnest kills the monster and saves the princess, his name will spread across the world. At night, the two set off for the tower. When they arrive, they discover several other warriors already there. Unlike Finnest, they're driven by greed for gold and the princess. They agree to fight together, but Finnest secretly plans to defeat the monster alone. He sneaks into the tower through a window and spots the princess. But instead of joy, she coldly warns him that he's come to his death. Finnest declares he's there to save her, but she runs. When he tries to stop her, a giant snake suddenly attacks him from behind. This is no ordinary snake, it's the tail of the monster itself. A fierce battle breaks out. Finnest uses all his strength, grabbing the snake's jaws and trying to tear it apart. But then it spits venom directly into his eyes. He goes blind. Still, he refuses to give up, swinging his weapon wildly and smashing parts of the tower. The noise alerts the warriors outside. They rush in, but find no monster and no princess, only a blinded Finnest. Andy takes him home, but this injury changes everything. From this point on, Finnest's life collapses. Blind and humiliated, he struggles to survive. Children steal his fruit in the market because he can't see. His money runs out. Even Andy eventually leaves him. One day, while sitting hopelessly in the marketplace, Baba Yaga silently places food in his basket. But before they can speak, robbers attack the village. Finnest can't see, but he can hear. Driven by instinct, he fights back, taking down multiple bandits using only sound. But eventually, he's captured and knocked unconscious. He wakes up on a ship tied up alongside Baba Yaga and other villagers. Andy is seen roaming freely. He's convinced the robbers to let him watch the prisoners. On board, a robber finds a golden lamp. He rubs it, and a genie bursts out, terrifying everyone. Chaos erupts. Andy tries to control the genie, but another robber forces him to hand over the lamp at sword point. Eventually, the captives arrive in Arabia, where they're sold as slaves. A mysterious masked man buys Finnest, Andy, and Baba Yaga. He takes them to his grand palace, where they're shocked to see robots working everywhere in what seems like an ancient era. The man removes his mask and reveals himself as a scientist. He claims to have built all these machines to help humanity. He gives Finnest special glasses, restoring his vision for the first time since the battle. But soon his true nature is revealed. To demonstrate his power, he rubs the genie's lamp and uses a strange machine to kill the genie instantly. Later, the scientist hears about a dangerous monster in the nearby mountains, a creature with a lion's face and snake-like eyes. Finnest recognizes it immediately. It's the one that blinded him. He volunteers for the mission, determined to face it again. The scientist equips him with an advanced weapon and a flying machine. Together with Andy and Baba Yaga, Finnest travels to the mountains. They place a trap outside the monstrous cave. Finnest lures it out, and Baba Yaga pulls the lever, successfully capturing the creature. But that night, Finnest hears a woman's voice from the cage. Against Baba Yaga's warnings, he opens it. Inside, he finds the truth. The monster is actually the princess, cursed to transform whenever someone touches her hand. She explains she lives in isolation to protect others and means no harm. Meanwhile, Baba Yaga discovers the scientist's terrible secret. He's not a brilliant inventor. He's been stealing magical powers from living creatures to power his robots and extend his own life. When she confronts him, he captures everyone and begins draining the princess's magic. Finnest grabs her hand, transforming her into the monster again. She breaks free, and they all try to escape. But the scientist releases a giant mechanical turtle, tearing through his own palace as it chases them. In a thrilling battle, Finnest climbs the turtle while Baba Yaga distracts the scientist. His glasses fall, blinding him once more, but Baba Yaga guides him from below. The princess returns in her monstrous form. Finnest wraps a chain around the turtle's neck, causing the stolen magical serum to spill out. The scientist tries to escape using his magic wings, but falls into his own serum and dies. Finnest falls unconscious. The princess runs to him, and as her tears fall on his eyes, they miraculously heal. Finnest wakes up. The two confess their feelings, but the princess refuses to stay. The curse still lingers, and she doesn't want to put him at risk. Heartbroken, Finnest returns to his village with Baba Yaga and Andy. Later, Baba Yaga discovers the truth. The curse was deliberately placed, and it can be broken. She rushes to Finnest with the good news. The adventure to break the curse awaits them. And with that, the movie ends, leaving us with a promise of a new journey.